Hey all, welcome back to my channel. I'm kind of in a weird position. I can't find good lighting for some reason. So yeah, you get it this way. I wanted to talk about bone spurs. Now, a lot of people when they're first getting extractions, they're like, "What is this weird bone thing?" And they start freaking out. In rare cases, it's your jaw. Rare cases, it did happen to me once, but that's only because my jaw was broken, and when they ripped out my tooth, my jaw went with it. But it didn't hurt. I mean, he went in, he just sanded it down a little bit. Didn't even hurt when he sanded it. He didn't Novocaine me. But again, super rare cases that is to happen. Um, Bone spurs are like these little fragment teeth. No, your dentist did not have malpractice. No, it's not. He doesn't know about his job. It's just when you pull a tooth, little bits come off, and it happens to everyone. Well, 95% of people. I'm sure there's some people that don't have that problem. Um, Now the shards can come out on their own, absolutely. Especially in this pandemic issue we got going on with Corona over here, we got issues with. But they do come out on their own. Yes, it's painful because you have your now denture squishing the crap out of it. You can, only if you can see it, only do not guess where it is. If you can see it, like if it's in the front part, bottom, whatever, you can take sterilized tweezers. Now sterilize them first, and you can slowly pull them out yourselves, the little shards. They will come out easily, like easy, easy. If you're pulling and nothing is coming out, don't touch it. That's when you want to call your dentist. Um, Many dentists have all told me just take them out myself if they're a problem. Recently, I've had a couple, but honestly, if I left them for a few days, they disappeared on their own. Whether they came out on their own, not really sure, but there's no longer pain if I touch it, swallowing when eating, that's all gone. So I know a lot of people panic when they see shards of bone coming out. Do not panic. It is completely normal. It happens to everyone. Salt, warm water rinse, cleans it out, helps with the pain. Benzodent. We all know I always stress Benzodent. Put a little, rub it with, I prefer finger Q-tip. It doesn't really all come off the Q-tip. But you can use a Q-tip. You can wear a glove. Make sure your hands are washed very well if you're using your hands. Put very little pea-size amount, maybe even less than that, on the spot. Wait a few minutes. You can put in your denture. It won't be a problem anymore if you can't see it, to take it out yourself. But I always stress to people not to panic over it because when people see it, I mean, I've seen so many people post it. Oh my God, what's happening? Should I sue my dentist? No, no. I mean, you're pulling out a bone out of your mouth. I mean, you're not going to get every little piece. Things happen. You can't get everything. I mean, your teeth are way embedded up there. So it happens. They do naturally, your body forces it out on its own. Because of our immune system, the way it works is our body legitimately just pushes it out. And they do come out on their own, like 99% of the time. Most people don't like to wait. The second they feel pain, they like to go to the dentist and have them take it out. But you can take it out yourself, especially if you look in the mirror and you can, see it's right here. Just take sterilized tweezers and slowly try to pull. If you feel it coming out, it's a bone spur. You're good. Rinse out your mouth with salt, warm water. Not a problem. But please don't panic. It is very common for it to happen. And I don't want you to worry thinking there's something wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong. It is part of the process of when you get multiple extractions. Make sure you keep your mouth clean, even when you take them out, when you don't. I tell people, because I've had a few people, I don't know why, but they tell me, oh, now that I got my teeth out, I don't have to brush anything. You do. You do. You now have to do double the work. You have to use toothpaste and mouthwash and clean your gums and everything. And if you got remaining teeth as well. And then you got to do the same with your denture using denture paste. Some people use Dawn dish soap. I don't, because that's slippery and I'm afraid to just bust it. Plus, I don't want to taste the soap in my mouth because it hangs on. So I use Fresh and Bright denture paste. It's $3 at Walmart. It's American Dental Association approved. But brush your denture really well, clean it really good, and you can use Polydent, you know, and they're nice and clean. But you have to do double the work. A lot of people think that, now that their teeth are gone, they don't have to do crap. You do. You have to do more than what you did when you had teeth, except you don't floss because you can't floss. Do not use toothpicks in your denture. I had one friend before I even had dentures. It's like a couple of years ago. She told me she was using a toothpick because she felt something stuck. Maybe it was probably mental because nothing can really get stuck in these. You could just use a toothbrush and it'll just come right out. But she always plays with toothpicks in her mouth, with or without her real teeth or fake teeth. And she chipped off one of her front teeth. So yeah, she learned her lesson not to ever do that again. But please do not use anything sharp to clean your teeth. They are not real teeth. They're not strong like our real teeth. They do not have enamel. They are not strong as bone. They are acrylic, or sometimes they use other stuff, but they're not strong. They will break very easily. So please be careful. But again, don't stress over bone spurs. It's not a big deal. You can take them out on your own. Make sure you sterilize your tweezers. Make sure you rinse them out with salt, warm water. And if you feel pulling and you don't feel anything coming out, don't pull anymore. Get a hold of your dentist. It could be just a more stubborn one, or it could definitely be something else. Like sometimes our bone, because our sockets are open, and now all that extra bone we have in each individual spot has to smooth over. So sometimes it just has to smooth in the holes. So it's nothing to worry about. So if anybody's new watching this, don't freak out. Just be prepared. It's going to happen. Mine fall out on their own. I think in the very beginning, before I knew better, I went to the dentist and he would look at me like, really? Take it out and send me right home in 2 seconds. And he was like, for future reference, if you could see it, you could pull it out, which I didn't know that. So I do it myself now. Or I just wait a few days before I even try, actually. I literally wait like 4 days and I'm like, oh, okay, the pain's gone. Cool. And I felt around with my hands washed and it was completely gone. It wasn't even swollen anymore or red. So just giving you guys a heads up, if you're in pain, just use Benzodent. It cushions the blow from your denture because it's a thick paste. So it will decrease your pain and it numbs it for a long, pretty much time. So I hope you guys have a happy and healthy, safe quarantine. Please be safe and please stay home. There are people with weaker immune systems like myself that, for other people, it might be, they're just spreading it and they have no symptoms or they have very little symptoms. But for people like me, we can end up dying. So save a life and stay home. And I hope you guys all feel better and stay sane in this quarantine because even I'm losing my shit. Have a good day all. God bless and stay safe.